This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Friday, the 8th day of February in the year 2019. Here's what we're tracking tonight. The Chief Elections Officer, Keith Lowenfield, today announced that it would be impossible for national elections to be hosted by the 19th of March.
Our options that we presented to the commissioners, the secretariat options, says that is not possible.
Mr. Lowenfield called a press conference today and said a July timeline would be the earliest possible date for elections, but the clock is also ticking on that timeline. The Guyana Elections Commission is still to grant its secretariat the approval to go into operation mode. The Deputy Chief Elections Officer, Roxanne Myers, said for elections to be held by March 19, the nomination process would have had to be completed already. She said the commission would need at least 148 days in preparation for the hosting of elections.
If we were to have elections on March 19th, the work plan that we have established from the Secretariat that the CEO said and shared with the commissioners shows that we would have to have nomination day. We would have had to have nomination day by January 10th. And he explained to you the process of the nomination day gives rise to ballot production. And many of you may know that GCOM does not produce ballots locally. So because we have a mechanism of overseas production, it would have required us to have nomination day by the end of January.
The opposition People's Progressive Party Civic has been pressing for elections to be held by the 19th of March, following the no-confidence vote in the National Assembly. The Constitution requires that elections be held within 90 days or at a later date as agreed to by 2/3 of the National Assembly, following the successful passage of a no-confidence motion. The Chief Elections Officer said that historically, the President would be told that he could call for elections within 90 days once all of the preparations would have been completed and the list of electors is ready. And the President will be told that GCOM is ready. He said the Commission is not currently at that stage.
The framers, in the context using the historical base, that's what obtained. That 5 years down the road is going to be then. We prepare ourselves at the agency. The chair with the commissioners go and say to His Excellency, Mr. President, the list is ready and you are free to call in this window of 90 days your elections. With 32 days being nomination day, we would have had. And the previous supply of those sensitive equipment, sensitive ballots and so on, could have done that in a faster period. So I think this is where the framers, they very well have to go back and do some additional thinking, in my humble view.
If the GCOM Commission were to call you on Monday, sir, and say to you, go into that operational mode, you say you haven't been put in as yet. What is the earliest date, with all your training and all you've been talking about, that you can call elections from next Monday, if they put you into operation mode on Monday?
Today being the 8th, I think there's the plan that our commissioners would have been saying that if we move now, it takes us to appoint a place in July. That's what you were told.
What are you saying though?
That's what I said to them.
Mr. Lowenfield said there is the need for training of GCOM staffers in all of the areas where polling will take place. He pointed out that the elections would be for all of Guyana and not just a part of the country. With regards to house-to-house registration, it was revealed that a house-to-house registration process could take as much as 9 months. The current voters list will expire at the end of April. And once it expires, the Chief Elections Officer explained, a new list will have to be formulated. More news coming up in a moment.
Hello, baby. Yeah.
It's knocked away from Young Huang.
Yo, why you gotta get away from the credit, buddy? I recommend that you from blah blah. Let you actually gain, but it's not you that buy back the credit when it's done. Buy back like a ship money from 5.
Activate the GTT Fab 5 plan today. For only 5,005, you get free unlimited calls to 4 of your closest family and friends, 5 gigs of data plus 250 text messages, and your Fab 5 friends can call you for free. GTT Fab 5.
Wait. So who we putting as we Fab 5?
Yours.
As a luxury mechanic, I'm often asked, what gas should I use in my expensive vehicle? In other countries, you have regular and mid-grade gasoline known as 87, 89, and premium gasoline known as octane 93 to 95. For affordable, high-quality fuel, performance, and high mileage, visit Guy Oil today. Choose Guy Oil Super 95. Guy Oil, we are everywhere.
This match day, February 23rd, Hits and Jams Entertainment brings you an event like no other. Sunrise Brunch Party, the first of its kind in Guyana. The day starts off with a delicious brunch served from 10 a.m., followed by the day party with the best lineup of DJs. Shizzle, Diamond, Sia, Ryan, and Energy at the Everest Cricket Ground. Sunrise Brunch Edition, brought to you by Hits and Jams Entertainment. Stay tuned for more details.
Welcome back. A female student of the University of Guyana has been arrested for questioning in connection with the bomb threats that were made against the university on Tuesday and Wednesday. The young woman was arrested today at her workplace. Up till late this afternoon, she was being questioned at CID headquarters. She's also believed to be a close relative of an official of the opposition People's Progressive Party. Police investigators are tight-lipped about the arrest, but the crime chief Lyndon Alves has confirmed the arrest and has indicated that the matter is still under investigation. On Thursday, the police said the threats appear to have been made by mischievous students attached to the university. The first threat was made on Tuesday and forced the university's administration to evacuate the entire campus. The bomb squad and the police carried out several searches and gave the all-clear on Tuesday night. On Wednesday afternoon, another threat was made against the university and the police were called in again. The university's administration made a decision then to keep the campus closed for the rest of the week. The campus will reopen on Monday. Welcome back. As the Mashramani season enters into full swing, the Ministry of Education today launched its Mashramani band for the Mash Costume and Float Parade, which takes place on Republic Day. The focus of the costumes is on education and robotics. That's according to the designer Nielsen Nurse.
The whole idea is we are trying to bring out the idea of robotics and the importance of education technology, how technology has been playing a really important part in education recently. The colors gold and black, well, those are technically black is a lot of one of the colors I use when it comes to referring to technology, and because we're rediscovering El Dorado, we decided to go with a bit of gold.
Head of the Allied Arts Unit of the Education Ministry, Lorraine Barker King, said the Education Ministry has always been paying attention to the arts and will continue to do so, and we will continue to contribute to the arts.
The Ministry of Education is a strong advocate of the arts as well as a trailblazer. And this is evidenced by having a unit which promotes the expressive arts and the physical education and sport in schools, as well as the inclusion of the arts in STEAM. These all contribute to a balanced education.
The Education Ministry is also hosting a number of events nationally and across the regions for Mashramani. Next week, the Children's National Mashramani competitions will take place here in Georgetown. Turning now to the courts, 28-year-old Roderick Thomas, who is one of the accused in the execution-style murder of security agent Kelvin Walters, had to be lifted into court today to face the murder charge. He had sustained injuries after Walters slammed into the motorcycle he was on after shots were fired at him. In court today, the accused was not required to enter a plea to the indictable murder charge. He was remanded to jail until later this month, when the matter will come up again. The court was told that on the 22nd of January at Eccles, Thomas and an accomplice shot and killed Walters after riding up on a motorcycle just next to his car. The accomplice, Devon Allen, remains hospitalized and will face charges sooner. Both men had to seek medical attention after the shooting incident as they both sustained serious injuries. The security agent was on his way home in the company of his wife and young daughter when the two accused opened fire on his car. The man slammed into them and that resulted in them being pitched from the motorcycle onto the roadway. The two suspects left the gun and the motorcycle at the scene as they ran away, but were forced to later seek medical attention because of the seriousness of the injuries. Both were arrested at hospitals in the city. A motive for the shooting is unknown, but the dead man was a witness in the upcoming case that involved a grenade being thrown at the Cultural News headquarters. One of the men charged in that incident is a relative of one of those facing charges for the execution-style murder. Still in the courts, a Linden taxi driver and an 18-year-old woman were both sentenced to jail today after being found guilty of possession of marijuana for the purpose of trafficking. Taxi driver Michael Bascom was sentenced to 4 years in jail, while the woman Reva Baville was sentenced to 3 years. The two were arrested in May of last year with more than 20 pounds of compressed marijuana in their vehicle on the Linden-Suze Lake Highway. At the time the two were heading to Georgetown when acting on a tip, Kano agents stopped and searched their vehicle and found a large quantity of marijuana. They were immediately arrested and charged. They were whisked off to prison today to begin their sentencing. Stay with us, we go across the region next.
Nobody on the post there. Is that too costly? Yes, it is. But I'm not saying just get a header. Oh, no, that's some save, isn't it?
Let's Bet Sports. Take your game to a whole new level. You decide. Your game. Your bet type. Your bet amount. Guyana Lottery Companies. Let's Bet Sports. Be part of the game.
Get ready to ride it, ride it. Ready to ride it, ride it, ride it, ride it, ride it, ride the wave. Open up the new vibe. Drink up the boldness inside. Radical and fresh and wild. Catch the wave now. Ride bold, ride fresh, ride strong. Come on, ride the wave. Taste the action, satisfaction, perfection. Wave, 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 wave.
Ride the new wave of excitement sweeping Guyana. Wave Pale Ale, a premium, full-bodied, strong and refreshing alcoholic brew, crafted to perfection for a bold, young, radical you. Don't settle for anything less. Catch a Wave Pale Ale and ride it today.
Wave Pale Ale.
Crafted to perfection.
Welcome back. Across the region now, the narcotics police in Jamaica are reporting that they have disrupted a drug trafficking syndicate operating between Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago. The police say 3 persons were arrested in connection with the ring and have since been charged with breaches of the Dangerous Drugs Act. Charged with possession of cocaine, dealing in cocaine, and importing cocaine are 30-year-old Francine Barrett, 38-year-old Jermaine Smith, both of Frankfield District, Clarendon, and 43-year-old Lovelace Hamilton of Trout Hall District, Clarendon. The police say they were accosted on Thursday, January 30th, when they arrived at the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston on a flight from Trinidad and Tobago. During security checks, white substance resembling cocaine was found in their possession. They were taken to a medical facility in the island where they expelled a quantity of homemade capsules containing white substance resembling cocaine and weighing approximately 7 pounds, with an estimated street value of 7.5 million Jamaican dollars. Over in Trinidad and Tobago, the Ministry of Health there has hired 33 specialist doctors from Cuba as part of the overall strategy to address the shortage of suitably qualified health professionals in the public health system in Trinidad and Tobago. The doctors are the 7th batch of Cuban nationals who have been integrated into the public health sector in recent years for a contracted period of 3 years to fill vacancies that have not been filled by qualified nationals. According to the Health Ministry in Trinidad and Tobago, the doctors specialize in over 20 medical fields, and they are currently in high demand and short supply across the islands of Trinidad and Tobago. Finally tonight, international news. A fire which engulfed the dormitory at the youth team training center of one of Brazil's biggest football clubs has killed 10 persons. The victims have not been named but are said to include young players who were staying at the Flamengo Football Club in Rio de Janeiro. 3 teenagers were also injured, one of them seriously. The cause of the blaze is being investigated. However, one young player said the fire started in an air conditioning unit in his room. Flamengo is one of Brazil's biggest and best-known clubs internationally. The tragedy has plunged the country into mourning. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting.